Hello everyone, this is Akansh Suman here. Now we are going to solve the questions based on the Proell Governor. In the question it is given that a Proell Governor has all the four arms of length 250 mm. That means Proell Governor has four arms. We all know that. Okay, that is the length of the arms and having 250 mm value. That means all the arms are having the same value, that is 250 mm. Okay, so we have drawn the diagram here. This is the uh, Proell Governor, and in the Proell Governor we all know there is extension of the lower link, but before I draw the extension of lower link, first we need to read the question. Okay, then we will draw the extension of the lower link, and we will and then the Proell Governor will complete. Okay, so I have not drawn here the extension of lower link because I want to read the question completely. Okay, what is the position of the extension of lower link is given in the question. We will draw according to that. So the in the question it is given that the upper and the lower ends of the arms are pivoted on the axis of rotation of the governor. Okay, we have pivoted here. This is the pivot point, okay, of both the arms. Here you can see here, this is the pivot point P. This is on the axis of the rotation of the governor. The extension arms, now it is talking about the extension arms. Extension arm of the lower link are 100 mm long and parallel to the axis of rotation. So that's why we have to draw the extension of lower link parallel to the axis of rotation, means like that. Okay, this would be the extension of lower link, and similarly this would be the extension of lower link. So this is the extension of the lower link of the governor, that is completely Proell Governor. Okay, this is completed. Now this is flyball which is going to be attached and having the same mass. Okay, and the length of the extension of lower link is given, that is 100 mm. 100 mm length is given, extension of lower link. Okay, parallel to the axis, and when the radius of the ball path is 150 mm, that means it is saying that the radius of rotation of the balls having 150 mm. So because this is parallel to the axis of the rotation, so this would be equal to 150 mm, and similar it would be equal to 150 mm. So this is the case when r dash is equal to r. We have seen in the derivation of the Proell Governor that r dash, that is nothing but the r dash value. It is r dash. Okay, and we all know that r dash is always greater than equal to radius. Okay, radius of the governor, but here we can say this is the special case when r dash is equal to r. Okay, and we all know that when r dash is equal to r, that means we have to use the formula directly. Okay, for finding out the equilibrium speed. And what was that formula? That n square is equal to 895 upon height of the governor multiply a upon e multiply 1 plus mg, since there is no friction in the question. Okay, so mg multiply 1 plus k upon twice of mg. This is the formula when r dash is equal to r. Okay, because we all know that r dash value can be greater than equal to r. So here when we have seen in the derivation of the Proell Governor that when r dash is equal to r, we will get the relation. Okay, so here h is the height of the governor, that is measured from the pivot point from here to here. Okay, and since this length this is the radius which is given, that 150 mm, so we can calculate the height of the governor easily. Okay, so how can we calculate? H square is equal to h square is equal to 250 square minus 150 square. Okay, so this is the value of height of the governor. So you can get here that would comes out to be 200. So this is the height of the governor we will get. Okay, this is the height of the governor. Now this is the height which is equal to 200 mm. Now what we have to find out, that is the mass of the sleeve. In the question, mass of the central load is 36, that is the mass of the sleeve, because here there is a central load. Okay, this is nothing but the sleeve mass, and which is 36 kilogram. Okay, this is 36 kilogram. Now what is the mass of the each ball? Because both the mass are having the same, both the ball are having the same mass, that means 4.5 kilogram. 4.5 kilogram. 4.5 kilogram. Now we have to find out A and E also. What is A and what is E? Let's see here. This is the length where we get the instantaneous center. Okay, and this is the length of A. This is A. And what is E? We all know that this is completely length E. Okay, this is E, measured from the fly ball to the instantaneous center. Okay, this is E and this is A. We have to find out the value of A and E also. Now see here, since in the question it is given that all the links, all the arms are having the 250 mm value, that means it would also be 250 mm. So I can write here, that is a 250 mm. Okay, and this is 250 mm. Now what is this length? This is not 150. Okay, because this is from this point to the axis of the governor, but it is not connected. It is this is not to the axis of the governor. There is some difference here. Okay, so this is not completely, we have a value that is 150. This is not 150 here. How can we get the value of A? See, in the governor, when all the arms are having the same length, that means this is 250 and this is 250, and this is angle, there is an angle theta which also be equal to the angle beta. So if this is angle theta, this is angle equal to beta, and there is a length which is 250 and it is also 250, so the length, that this is the height of the governor, this is the height of the governor, and this length would be also equal to height of the governor. So that would also be equal to the height, that is 200 mm. Okay, because all the arms are having the same length, so that's why it would be equal to 200 mm, that is equal to the height of the governor, because theta is same equal to beta. So we all know that K is equal to 10 beta upon 10 theta, and theta is equal to beta means 10 beta upon 10 theta is equal to 1. Okay, because it would be cancelled out because both are having the same value. So K is equal to 1 we got. Now all the data we have calculated, just E is remaining. So A is equal to H is equal to 200 mm. Okay, now what is the value of E? You can see here, this is A which is equal to 200 mm. Okay, and this is equal to, this is the length of the extension of lower link. Another procedure is that you can find out this length, that means the A length you can find out also, because this is the length, that is the length 150 and that is 250, that is equal to height. Okay, so we can assume that this is attached to the axis of the governor, because nothing is mentioned in the question. Okay, so nothing is mentioned about this length and the difference is there, so we can assume, unless and until it is given, we can assume that this length is pivoted, this length is connected to the sleeve at the center, at the axis of the governor. Okay, we can assume it as, unless and until it is that this length is given. Okay, because if this length is given we can find out this length also, but here in the question it is not given about this length, so we can assume that this arm is attached to the axis of the governor. Okay, that means it is attached to the sleeve at the axis of the governor. So that's why Anna, that you can calculate also the H value, that would comes out to be 200 mm using similar procedure. Okay, so now what is the E value? We can get the value of E. E is equal to A plus extension of length of extension of lower link, that is 100 mm. So A is, we all know that A is 200 plus 100, and then we will get 300 mm. Now remember one thing, that in this equation all the length would be considered in meter. Okay, you just have to put the values in meter when you apply this formula. Okay, so you have to convert into meter before putting the value, that is 0.3 meter, and that is H, or A is equal to H is equal to 0.2 meter. Okay, now we have to, we are having all the data for the formula, and then we'll calculate the questions using by putting the all the data into these equations. So here I'm just going to put all the data we have calculated, that is 895 upon H value is what, that is 0.2 meter. 0.2 multiply A is also 0.2 meter, while E is 0.3 meter, and then it is 1 plus mg. Mass of sleeve is 36 kilogram. If G value is not given, you can assume it 9.81 multiply 1 plus K here, but K value is 1 because the theta is equal to beta, because the arm's length is equal. Okay, so it would be, angle would be equal to each other, so it would comes the value of K would comes out to be 1. Okay, so you just have to put the value here, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 upon twice of mg. There is a mass of the flyball, that is 4.5, and that is 9.81. Now you can see here this would be cancel out and this would be cancel out, so finally you will get the value, and when you solve this using the calculator you will get the answer. And this, when you solve this, the value would comes out to be n square is equal to 26850, and you just have to find out the speed. So it would be 164 rpm, approximately 164 rpm. It would comes out to be in 163.86, so approximately in a round figure you can write it as 164 rpm. So our answer is 164 rpm. This is the speed of the equilibrium speed of the governor. Okay, I hope you will understand how to solve the questions based on the Proell governor. You have to be careful about the extension of the lower link. What is this radius? Is it equal to the radius of the governor, or it is more than the radius of the governor? You just have to see. Okay, on the basis of, if this is a, if the extension of lower link is parallel to the governor axis, that means the radius are equal. That means r dash is equal to r. It is not saying in the question that the radius of rotation of the flywheel is equal to the radius of governor, but you have to check it, because in the question it is given that, indirectly it is given that the extension of lower link is parallel to the axis. See here in the question it is indirectly written as, using this statement you can apply r dash is equal to r. Okay, you would be able to remember what is the meaning of this statement, parallel to the axis. Okay,